Imagine this. You're working hard every day, saving what you can, but the thought of retiring early feels impossible. You've heard about people building wealth and achieving financial freedom, but how do they actually do it? Well, today, we're going to share the story of Martin, a regular guy just like you. He started with just $10,000, and in 5 years, he built enough wealth to retire comfortably. How did he do it? What steps did he take? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down for you, step by step. Welcome to the Wealth Echelon. Here, we simplify the path to financial freedom. From smart investments to passive income strategies, we provide you with practical ways to grow your wealth and secure your future. Subscribe now and take control of your financial journey, because your dreams deserve a solid plan. Now back to Martin's story. At 35 years old, Martin had saved up $10,000. It wasn't a fortune, but it was a start. He wanted to make this money work for him. The big question on his mind was, where do I begin? He thought about the typical options, stocks, real estate, maybe even leaving it in a savings account. But he realized that without the right plan, that money would just sit there, barely growing. Martin needed a strategy, and that's when he decided to learn about the power of compounding and disciplined investing. What he discovered changed everything. Martin knew that saving alone wouldn't be enough. He needed to make his money grow, and grow fast. But the big question was, how? So he started researching. He read books, watched videos, and spoke to a few financially savvy friends. That's when he came across the concept of compounding interest. At first it sounded too good to be true. Martin thought, how can my money grow without me doing anything extra? But as he dug deeper, he realized this was no magic trick. It was a proven mathematical principle. Here's the basic idea. When you invest your money, it earns returns. Then, those returns are reinvested, and they start earning returns as well. Over time, your money begins to grow exponentially. Martin did the math. If he could get an average return of 10% per year, a rate often achieved in the stock market, his $10,000 could double in about 7 years. But Martin didn't want to wait 7 years just to see progress. He wanted to fast-track his journey. That's when he discovered the importance of consistent contributions. Instead of just letting his $10,000 sit, Martin decided to add $500 every month to his investment portfolio. He realized that by doing this, he could significantly shorten the time it would take to reach his goal. But investing isn't just about putting in money. Martin knew there were risks involved. He learned about the stock market, index funds, and the importance of diversification. He decided to start small, investing in a mix of low-cost index funds and blue-chip stocks. These options were relatively stable and offered good long-term growth potential. Of course, the journey wasn't always smooth. In his first year, Martin faced his first big market dip. The value of his portfolio dropped by 15%. It was hard to watch his money shrink, and he felt like quitting. But then he remembered one of the key lessons he had learned. Stay the course. Every expert he had studied said the same thing. The market goes up and down in the short term, but over the long run, it tends to grow. So instead of panicking, Martin kept investing. He even started seeing these dips as opportunities to buy more shares at a discount. By the end of year 2, his persistence paid off. His portfolio not only recovered but grew by 25%, thanks to compounding and his regular contributions. Martin started to feel a sense of control over his financial future. He realized something important. Wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through patience, discipline, and a solid strategy. Martin's journey had just begun, but he was already on the path to financial freedom. And here's the best part. What Martin learned isn't just for him. It's something anyone can do, including you. As Martin continued his journey, he realized that building wealth wasn't just about investing money. It was also about managing his mindset. One of the biggest lessons he learned was to focus on long-term goals rather than short-term gains. Martin made a promise to himself. No matter what happens in the market, I won't panic. I'll stay disciplined and keep my investments growing. By year 3, Martin's portfolio was beginning to show impressive growth. He had stayed consistent with his $500 monthly contributions, and the power of compounding was starting to work its magic. His initial $10,000 had grown to $23,000, and his total portfolio, thanks to his consistent investments, was now worth over $40,000. But Martin didn't stop there. He knew that to truly accelerate his journey, he needed to explore other wealth-building strategies. That's when he stumbled upon the concept of dividend investing. Dividend stocks offered Martin a way to earn passive income while still growing his portfolio. These are shares of companies that pay a portion of their profits back to shareholders in the form of dividends. Martin realized that if he reinvested those dividends, they could add an extra layer of compounding to his investments. He added a few high-quality dividend stocks to his portfolio, companies with a history of steady payouts and strong financial health. Over time, these small dividend payments started to add up, creating a snowball effect. Martin also understood the importance of staying informed. He made it a habit to review his portfolio every 6 months, rebalancing as needed to make sure his investments aligned with his goals. This step helped him avoid unnecessary risks while staying on track. But let's not forget, building wealth isn't just about growing your money. It's also about protecting it. Martin learned the importance of having an emergency fund. He set aside 6 months' worth of living expenses in a high-yield savings account. This gave him peace of mind, knowing that he wouldn't have to dip into his investments during unexpected situations. By the end of year 4, Martin's portfolio had crossed the $75,000 mark. This was a huge milestone for him. But what excited him even more was seeing how quickly his money was growing now, thanks to the compounding effect. Here's a quick example. At the start, Martin's $500 monthly contributions felt small. But by year 4, his portfolio was earning almost $6,000 a year in returns, more than what he was contributing annually. This was the turning point where his money started working harder than he was. Martin began to dream bigger. He started thinking not just about retiring early, but about the kind of life he wanted to live. He realized that financial freedom wasn't just about having money, it was about having choices. He wanted to travel, spend time with his family, and pursue hobbies that truly brought him joy. And with every passing month, those dreams felt more within reach. By sticking to his plan, staying disciplined, and continuously learning, Martin was turning his $10,000 into a life-changing fortune. And here's the truth. If Martin can do it, so can you. By year 5, Martin had reached a point he once thought was impossible. His portfolio had grown to over $120,000, more than 12 times his initial $10,000 investment. This wasn't luck. It was the result of a clear strategy, disciplined investing, and the power of compounding. Martin wasn't just looking at numbers on a screen anymore. He was looking at freedom. Here's what Martin achieved. His investments were now generating passive income through dividends and growth. He had the financial security to leave his 9-to-5 job if he wanted to. Most importantly, he had the peace of mind that comes from knowing his future was secure. But Martin didn't stop dreaming. He understood that financial freedom isn't a destination. It's a journey. So, he set new goals for himself, building generational wealth, giving back to his community, and continuing to learn and grow. Now let's break down the lessons from Martin's journey that you can apply to your own life. Lesson 1. Start early and stay consistent. You don't need a fortune to start investing. Martin started with just $10,000. The key is to stay consistent, whether it's $100 a month or $1,000. Over time, those small contributions add up. Lesson 2. Let compounding do the heavy lifting. Compounding is one of the most powerful tools in building wealth. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. Remember, it's not about timing the market, but about time in the market. Lesson 3. Diversify and manage risk. Martin didn't put all his money in one place. He diversified across index funds, dividend stocks, and other low-risk investments. This helped protect his portfolio during market dips and ensured steady growth over time. Lesson 4. Focus on long-term goals. The stock market can be unpredictable in the short term, but it has historically trended upward over the long term. Martin's success came from focusing on his 5-year goal instead of panicking over short-term fluctuations. Lesson 5. Keep learning and adapting. Martin's journey wasn't perfect. He faced setbacks and learned from them. The key is to keep educating yourself, stay informed, and adjust your strategy as needed. Now let me ask you, what's stopping you from starting your own journey to financial freedom? You don't have to be an expert to begin. All you need is a clear goal, a solid plan, and the determination to stick with it. So, take that first step today. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Just like Martin, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve in a few short years. And before we wrap up, let me remind you, welcome to the Wealth Echelon. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips, strategies, and success stories like this one. Together, we'll simplify the path to financial freedom and help you achieve your dreams. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.